Central America, one of the great biodiverse hotspots on our planet. Deep in these forests, apex carnivores, bizarre mammals, mirrored insects, a kaleidoscope of creatures, much more than a stunning spectacle. This is an evolutionary arms race. Incredibly diverse ecosystems produce these animals, while every year a magnificent marine gathering occurs mysteriously. What forces create such an amazingly rich and exotic melting pot of natural wonders? Central America, a great evolutionary hothouse. Its tropical rainforests reach far inland until they meet a barrier. Immense volcanic mountain ranges. This undulating forested landscape holds the secret to a monumental biological and geological event that occurred millions of years ago. Central America is only 0.1% of the Earth's surface. Flanked by a great cold ocean on one side and a tropical sea on the other, it narrows to just 100 kilometers wide. It encompasses 7 countries, and at the heart of this wildlife paradise is Costa Rica, the most biodiverse country for its size in the world. The key to this incredible diversity are the dense, tangled forests, forcing many animals to evolve bizarre strategies to attract mates, communicate, and avoid predators. This keel-billed toucan has 4 primary colors on its beak to attract attention. Color is a very effective form of communication in the dense canopy. Birds have evolved striking colors to attract mates, like this unmistakable red-capped manakin. He also uses a fantastic dance to capture the attention of females. One bird has evolved such brilliant colored plumage that some call it the most beautiful bird in the world. The resplendent quetzal, a species unique to Central America. The male has an incredibly long tail, up to ½ a meter long. Those with the longest tail feathers and most impressive colors win the females and pass on their genes. But to communicate over greater distances in the jungle, sound is more effective. These primates are well named. Howler monkeys. A troop of howlers proclaims its territory at dawn and dusk, using low-frequency grunts which travel further. They can be heard well over a kilometer away. They claim ownership over their territory with these vocal challenges. They don't have to be seen to communicate their message. The white-collared manakin also uses sound in a very strange way. But how does it make this curious clicking sound? Slow motion reveals that he claps his wings rapidly together. there's a more elaborate version too. He hops between branches while snapping his wings. This whole bizarre display is a courtship ritual for the benefit of watching females. There are many different evolutionary strategies for survival. While some animals like to advertise openly, others conceal themselves, using camouflage and visual tricks. These may look like thorns, but in fact, they are alive. They are thorn bugs. But they're not the only masters of camouflage in the forest. One insect, called a tree hopper, resembles a drop of morning dew. These bugs have evolved amazing forms of disguise to survive in the crowded forests. There are other visual tricks performed here too. From one viewpoint, the iconic morpho butterfly seems less than dazzling. However, this is a clever deception. Its wings are brown on the underside, but the top side is a stunning electric blue. The brown side has fake eye spots, which divert the peck of a hungry bird away from the head and body. As well as this, the flashes of brilliant blue make it look like the butterfly is appearing and disappearing, confusing predators. The most famous creature that uses color to both attract mates and hide from predators is the iridescent hummingbird. They drink nectar from flowers while maintaining incredible stability in the air. The feathers shimmer with different colors according to the angle they are viewed from. But the colors don't come from pigment in the feathers. They are actually produced by refracted light. Microscopic structures in the feathers split light into different colors. The feathers appear to change color depending on how the light strikes them. This evolutionary technology allows the hummingbird to both be seen and not be seen. At certain angles, more or less light is reflected back to the viewer, and the bird can appear brighter or darker. It's thought that iridescent hummingbirds change their angle of flight to be visible to potential mates, but not to predators. The tangled Costa Rican canopy has forced arboreal mammals to evolve new strategies to move and feed in the thick jungle. One such creature is the tamandua. The tamandua is an unusual anteater. Anteaters normally live on the ground, but this species has adapted to finding ants in the forest canopy. It's a precarious business searching for ants high up in the trees. Luckily, its tail is extremely useful for balance. Special tails are key to moving through the jungle here. This monkey swinging through the trees is a spider monkey. They swing acrobatically from branch to branch with incredible precision and ease. Their tail has evolved especially for moving fast through the thick and tangled foliage. A closer look reveals that the inner side of the tip of the tail is hairless. This bare part also has a sense of touch, like the palm of its hand. It's a special grasping tail, called a prehensile tail. This fifth limb is more common in the habitats of Central and South America, where more vines grow than in Asian and African forests. Many animals that live in the canopy have this handy adaptation. One of the most remarkable primates here is the endemic white-faced capuchin, a member of the highly intelligent and widespread capuchin family. They are masters at accessing new food sources using astonishing dexterity. Juicy katydids hide under tree bark and in holes in tree trunks during the day to avoid predators. That doesn't fool the capuchin monkeys. They've come to know these hiding places very well, as insects provide them with extra protein and nutrients. Costa Rica boasts a stunning variety of unique creatures. So how has it become such an animal paradise? North and South America were not always joined together. North America was a holding pen for many ancient carnivores that migrated across a land bridge from Asia. Animals here evolved for millions of years in a competitive evolutionary hothouse. South America, meanwhile, was isolated from other land masses for 100 million years. There, gigantic animals evolved, among them the giant ground sloth, and an oversized version of the armadillo, the glyptodon. But events 10 million years ago were to change all this. Tectonic movements deep below the ocean generated undersea volcanoes, thrusting up islands between North and South America. By 3 million years ago, a continuous land bridge connected the two continents. This launched the Great American Interchange, a migration of animals in both directions, causing a bottleneck in Central America that generated extraordinary animal diversity. One notorious carnivore, which came down from North America about 1.8 million years ago, was the saber-toothed smilodon. It encountered the giant sloth, but standing a massive 6 meters tall and weighing 4 tons, it was too big for the smilodon to take on. Eventually, the giant ground sloth migrated up to North America. Meanwhile, smilodons went on to range over much of the southern continent. The Asian ancestors of the modern cat family prospered in Central America as well. Jaguars and pumas became the apex predators on the forest floor. The threat from the ground-based carnivores created an advantage for Costa Rica's tree dwellers. This pouched marsupial The woolly possum lived in South America before the land bridge formed. It feeds on nectar from flowers that bloom in the trees. That way it avoids ground-dwelling predators. It's not just the possum that enjoys nectar. The kinkajou is a relative of North American raccoons. They've evolved a long, specialized tongue to extract nectar from deep inside tubular flowers, a favored alternative to their mainly fruit diet. They go from flower to flower every night feeding. In return, they pollinate the flowers. Many of these North American animals also adapted to life in the trees by developing a prehensile tail. Capuchins use their prehensile tails in the most ingenious ways to help them reach tricky and inaccessible food. These spines are a defense for the acacia tree. But the acacia is a willing host for these ants, which are welcome to live here. The ants have evolved a special alliance with the tree. The acacia provides them with nectar and a breeding place. In return, the ants will swarm immediately to defend the tree against less welcome visitors. But these highly intelligent primates have figured out a way to get around this defense. This capuchin hangs from the neighboring tree by its tail so it can grab the ant larvae. That way, it steers clear of the stinging ants. Larvae are rich in nutritious protein, so it's worth the trouble and the risk to get them. Sometimes the protein-hungry capuchins turn their attention to bigger prey. This is a coati, a mammal that originated in North America. Coatis are versatile. They forage on the ground, but are also adept at tree climbing. They live in groups for safety. They need to. Capuchin monkeys are opportunistic feeders. And small mammals are fair game, especially infants and juveniles. This coati cub is in trouble. Its mother comes to help, but it's too late. There's nothing she can do. Capuchins have a varied diet, and they will eat meat when they can get it. More than one animal here has taken to a bizarre and unexpected diet. At night, some incredible forest hunters appear. They have been waiting for dark. Most bats are skilled insect hunters. They emit ultrasonic pulses to detect their prey. This bulldog bat has a taste for very different food. It's on the hunt, but not for insects. This bat has evolved to eat fish. It catches the fish with its specially evolved feet. Its long fingers and sharp curved claws aren't just useful for roosting. They're great for hooking slippery fish too. By emitting ultrasound, the bulldog bat can detect the water ripples that fish produce. The bat trawls the water surface where it senses fish might be. A closer look reveals that it delicately skims the water surface with its feet. As it flies away, it acrobatically transfers the fish to its mouth. It's one of only 2 species of fish-eating bats in the world, both found in Central and South America. So how did they evolve such a specialized diet? Dr. Bernal Rodriguez Herrera of the University of Costa Rica is a bat specialist. Scientists think that fish-eating bats started off catching insects in mid-air.
Una de las estrategias para escapar del murciélago es dejarse caer. El insecto se deja caer, de esta forma sale de la ruta de vuelo, pero muchas veces empezaba a caer sobre la superficie del agua, donde los insectos normalmente también vuelan. El murciélago en algún momento aprende y empieza a recoger el insecto de la superficie del agua. Y en algún momento en la historia evolutiva de estos murciélagos, ancestros del pescador, empezaron también a pescar.
This bat species has evolved to hunt not fish, but frogs, employing a remarkable technique for capturing these slippery amphibians. The bat flies down onto the frog and uses its wings to block its escape. This is the tiny Pallas's long-tongued bat. It's a nectar specialist, and it has the fastest metabolism ever recorded for a mammal. It's evolved to hover more like a hummingbird than a bat. This enables it to use its long tongue to retrieve nectar from deep within the flower. All 3 bats evolved their unusual diets in South America. While many insect-eating bats came from the north. Central America became home to a vast number of bats, so that today, 15% of all bat species in the world live here. For bats, the emergence of the Great Central American Land Bridge created an unrivaled paradise. It's after midnight on a Pacific shoreline. A turtle emerges. made an epic journey to get to this special beach. The olive Ridley turtle is on an urgent mission. She's not alone. Eventually, she stops and begins to lay her eggs in the sand. By morning, thousands more turtles have arrived to lay their eggs. Each wave brings in more olive Ridleys to the nesting beach. This amazing event is a mass nesting called the arrabada, meaning arrival by sea in Spanish. Female turtles crowd together over a kilometer of the beach, looking to deposit their eggs. About 200,000 turtles may come to the beach in a day. Turtles evolved mass nesting to reduce the likelihood of their hatchlings being caught by predators on their way to the ocean. This extraordinary scene plays out every month from June to November. On the other side of the Central American Isthmus is the Caribbean Sea. This beach is famous for another turtle arrabada. Here, it's Kemp's Ridley turtle. The two species of Ridley turtles are the only sea turtles in the world that synchronize their nesting in this spectacular way. Why are they the only turtles to do this? Because they once were a single species, until the Great Land Bridge began to form. Around 3 million years ago, the Central American Seaway still flowed between these two continents. Eventually, the land bridge divided the sea in two, separating populations of marine animals. Studies of turtle DNA reveal that these two species are close relatives. They diversified around the time that the Central American Seaway closed. The emergence of the isthmus not only produced a great animal interchange on the land, it also drove the evolution of new marine species. Why was the Central American land corridor not just a route for migration? What makes it such a hotspot for diversity? The answer starts with plate tectonics. These titanic forces thrust up the land bridge. They created mountains and volcanoes across Central America. Today, Costa Rica alone has at least 6 active volcanoes. These volcanoes and mountain ranges cause variations in temperature and rainfall. That in turn creates different habitats and environments. There are 12 major types of ecosystem just in Costa Rica. Each one is home to a different range of species. The fiery-billed araucari lives in forests on the Pacific side of Costa Rica. It has a rainbow-colored bill. The collared araucari has a paler, less striking bill. It lives in rainforest on the Caribbean side. The two related species have evolved separately, living on opposite sides of the same mountain range. This geological division of species also occurs in manakins. The white-collared species lives on the Caribbean side. Its relative is the orange-collared manakin. It has a very similar dance to the white-collared species. Orange-collared manakins live in the rainforest on the Pacific side. Originally, they were the same species, but the upthrust of mountains in central Costa Rica divided their habitat and the populations in two. At 2,000 meters above sea level, Costa Rica has an unusual forest ecosystem called a tropical cloud forest. Moisture rising from the ocean shrouds it in fog for most of the year. The average temperature is about 18 degrees, exceptionally cool for the tropics. Mosses and other plants cover the tree trunks. This mysterious forest harbors some very unusual creatures. Like this insect, which has armor like a mirror. It's a golden beetle. Its metallic luster can deceive predators. Reflecting its surroundings helps the beetle blend into the background. Like a jewel, a butterfly's chrysalis is attached to a leaf. Its metallic sheen conceals it from predators. It's time for the butterfly to emerge from the chrysalis. It's a stunning transformation. One that comes with another artful deception to help it survive. The butterfly has completely transparent wings. It can now travel from flower to feed, able to blend into any environment. The cloud forest is also home to the dazzling quetzal. The quetzal has a close relationship with one particular fruit tree. Wild avocados are unique to the cloud forest. It's the breeding season. Quetzals gather by the tree bearing their favorite fruit. Males flutter around, showing off their gorgeous tail plumage to the females. Sticking out from a hole in the tree is a quetzal's tail feather. Inside, a pair is raising their chick. parents come back in turns with avocados to give to their young. The avocado is an important source of nutrients for growing chicks. It's unusually high in fats, minerals, and vitamins. The quetzal helps to disperse the avocado seeds as it flies around the forest. Quetzals most likely originated in South America, but evolved their unique plumage here in the cloud forests. Costa Rica's mountains created another surprising ecosystem. A dry forest in a largely tropical environment. The leafless trees look almost dead in winter. This forest has a distinct arid season that lasts half the year. That's because of where it's situated, on the northern Pacific coast. From December to May, trade winds strike the mountains on the Caribbean side. The moisture-laden atmosphere from the Caribbean dumps most of its rain here, creating a rain shadow on the Pacific side of the mountains, which produces this strangely dry forest. To retain precious moisture in this dry environment, the trees shed their leaves, reducing evaporation. This has produced a rather bizarre side effect. The tree trunks here look green. That's because they have to perform photosynthesis in the absence of leaves. An astonishing adaptation that allows the trees to survive. The dry season is a testing time for animals. But for the inventive capuchin monkey, it's a challenge rather than a hindrance. Capuchins use their dexterity and brains to access fruits that have evolved an unpleasant deterrent. These red slonia fruits are covered in tiny, painful hairs. To avoid being hurt, capuchins rub the fruit against a branch to remove the hairs. This gives the capuchins an advantage, as most animals have to wait until the fruits ripen and burst open before eating them. Young capuchins are continually learning how to access and eat new foods. They spend a lot of time observing others. They watch carefully and try to copy the action by themselves. This is the best way of learning how to exploit the many different food sources in the forest. Scientists think that these strategies help the capuchin's ancestors to migrate successfully to Central America. Professor Susan Perry has been studying capuchin monkeys in the Costa Rican dry forest for 24 years. In that time, she's documented the social relationships of over 5 generations of one group.
Well, I think one of the secrets to success for capuchin monkeys, one of the reasons that they are able to have such a wide distribution geographically, is that they are omnivores and they're generalists. So they're very opportunistic in what they eat. They're willing to try new things. They have the manual dexterity to open a lot of foods that other monkeys can't. So they're in a big group and they have a lot of monkeys they can learn from about possible new food sources.
A capuchin troop averages about 20 members. Living in large groups has one big advantage. Suddenly, one of the capuchins starts making an urgent sound. An alarm call. She's seen a snake on the ground. They use alarm calls extensively to warn the troop against predators, using different calls for different predators. On hearing the call, members of the group come together. They form a gang, agitating and calling loudly to intimidate their enemy. The snake beats a hasty retreat. Thanks to this very effective social communication, capuchins have a high survival rate. In the dry season, flowers appear in the forest. The profusion of beautiful flowers made more visible by the leafless trees attracts pollinators from great distances. When the flowers die, the rainy season is just around the corner. It's June. Rains fall again on the dry forest. And it quickly turns a lush green. The fruiting season has come at last. The spider monkey is usually the first to arrive. Howler monkeys also love fruit and young leaves. And when fruit is available, capuchins are never far behind. All three species concentrate on eating fruit. With a full stomach, a spider monkey starts its afternoon siesta. A capuchin carefully approaches a young spider monkey. As a peace offering, he will sometimes play with it or even groom the spider monkey. This unusually close contact between two species of monkeys has only been observed in some groups. The reason is still a mystery. The rainy season is when baby sea turtles first see the light of day. After about 50 days, it's time for the eggs to hatch. This is the moment watching vultures have been waiting for. A beach crammed full of tasty infant turtles. It's a bonanza for all sorts of creatures. Nature is merciless. The vulnerable hatchlings have little chance. Only 7% of baby turtles make it to the open sea. After crossing the treacherous beach, a newly hatched turtle is ready for its maiden journey. But once in the water, it's not completely safe yet. Birds can still swoop and grab the baby. Luckily, this turtle finds a large floating leaf under which to hide. It's about to embark on an epic ocean adventure that has been taking place here for millions of years. Central America, a vital connection between two great continents, became the busy stage for the Great American Interchange. This land corridor, only 100 kilometers wide in places, is a major evolutionary driving force as animals intermingled, adapted, and evolved in response to new environments, predators, and competitors. The forests here teem with prehensile-tailed mammals and some of the most beautiful birds and insects in the world. While on the forest floor prowl big cats that migrated from North America. And on the beaches, a magnificent marine spectacle plays out every year. Costa Rica, one of the great species hotspots on Earth. Driven by evolution, the life force of our planet.